Welcome everyone to the latest episode of The Testing Room, where three of the gaming industry's best video game consultants who have never actually consulted on a video game bring you new topics each and every week. As always, I'm Alex, aka the Gosfather, and I can't see anything right now. There we go.
There you go.
There we go.
I'm Christian, aka Sudowoodoo45. Also, I have perfect eyes. I can see all the time.
Preston, aka Funkadelic Jedi. That is rude, Christian.
All right. Well, welcome everybody. We have a new episode for you. We're going to dive into all fun things that we did this week. And then don't forget to check us out later this week as we talk about our final part of our video game book club for Max Payne. Part 2 on that one. We're going to finish it up. And we have a couple of fun announcements in that one. We have the game that's coming next in our video game book club from Christian, but we're also going to be announcing our spoopy October Halloween games that we like to play.
Yeah, I can probably announce that at the end of the episode for the prologue.
So this one? All right.
Yeah, I mean, I figure we do it now rather than Mad Max, because if nobody pays attention to Mad Max, they won't know what we're playing for spoopy games.
Max Payne. Sure.
Uh-huh.
You don't even... It must say something about that game that you don't even know the name of it.
I do. Long day, pal. Long day. All right? Get off my dick.
Okay. I thought we would... I mean, we can do it after the prologue. I was just not wanting to put you in a bad mood before we went into our next thing, but that's fine. So
that ship has sailed.
Yeah. Don't worry about that. Already there. Nothing against you. Don't take it personally.
Well, I do.
Okay, well, that's your problem.
All right. What's going on over in Preston's Sassy Corner?
Yeah, we got a little bit from the Sassafras Corner. I got a nice little comment from Jake, and then we got our October releases. So Jake comments in on last week's prologue. I guess it was from the Nintendo Direct that we got. It was, I am also, it's from the, I don't remember what it's from. Let's just go ahead into his comments. I am also looking forward to Fire Emblem Tactics. Oops, I meant Final Fantasy Tactics. Also a question. What game do each of you think has the best theme song? Let's go retro. So the series must have been on the SNES or older. My answer is Vampire Killer from Castlevania. I'm up for series. I can't remember names of songs.
The best theme song from the SNES era.
I don't know. I mean, because if I think about the SNES, like the games that I played, the only ones that stick out to me, like that I vividly remember, are like the Super Mario 3D World one. Especially the Yoshi theme, like there's that, but that like crunchy kind of whatever. It wasn't like 60-bit is bigger than that, but like that crunchy kind of sound that sticks out to me. Goodness, I remember. What was the shoot? Now I'm not gonna remember the name of the game. It was the spy game on the NES when you're going up in the elevators. You kind of like were. It was like an elevator game where you're coming down the building, you're like a spy or a secret agent, and essentially you're just like shooting.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking
about. They just did this on GDQ this year, I think.
I remember that theme song, but honestly, like, I don't know that anything from that era really, really stands out in my brain.
There's a lot of Nintendo stuff out there.
I'm old, man.
I am a huge fan of the Donkey Kong Country soundtrack. And that's a good one. I mean, Donkey Kong Island Swing is a very good song, yes. But aquatic ambience, like the water sound,
it goes hard. Yeah, I agree.
There's that, and there's a Casino Zone in Sonic. Like both of those are probably my favorite from like that era.
So that was gonna be my. So I have a three-way tie. So Casino
I can
theme
hear that
and
Sonic in my head.
Is so goddamn good. Do the bass line that comes through the oh, dude, God, Jesus Christ, that one goes hard. There's that. It's the Street Fighter 2 opening theme, and then Alex, to your point, one of the Mario ones, not like Super Mario, but Yoshi's Island. The opening theme for Yoshi's Island is great. It also shares an award for the worst sound effect ever with Baby Mario crying.
Oh.
Yeah, it's awful.
Every time. Every time.
I didn't have that many, like, when I think about the SNES, I actually didn't have that many games when I was growing up. We had, a lot of them were like Mario. We had, like, Super Mario World 3D, or, what's it called, 3D World back then? Anyway, we had
called World.
Super Mario World, that one. So we had that one. We had, like, Dr. Mario. We had Yoshi's Cookies, which was our jam. We had Yoshi's Island. And then we had things like, a couple random things like Earthworm Jim and stuff. But we didn't, like, we had Donkey Kong Country. We didn't have Sonic. So the Sonic one, actually, most of the Sonic music comes from, like, the Sega that I remember, like, my cousins had, because we didn't have a Sega.
I was for the neighbor. So. I was at the neighbor's house,
Yeah. So,
okay.
All right.
All right, well, moving on. We got the October games. Let me take a big old breath. In October, why is my left screen going black? Great, cool, awesome. In October, my monitor just for some reason feels like going, hey, I'm just going to turn off for a second, and it comes right back on. I'm like, he's just stressing me the fuck out. All right. October has Ghost of Yote starting it off strong, October 2nd. If you want to pay overpriced, if you want to pay for older games at a price that is too much, I don't know how to make words work today, Super Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 is coming out for the Switch on October 2nd. And then Borderlands 4 comes out for the Switch 2 on October 3rd. I would love to.
They postponed that indefinitely.
I was going to say, I cannot wait to see how shit that runs on a fucking Switch. As bad as it's running on like PlayStation 5 and everything. Holy God.
Yesterday, with the news of a new bug that makes one of your characters naked from the waist down and they can't figure out how to fix it, they decided to postpone the Switch port indefinitely. So
I'll talk about a little bit on Borderlands 4 because I learned some things that I have to do to play it on the PlayStation 5. It's a fun story.
Did you do the bug where your privates are out?
No, I did not do that bug, no. And also, I don't think there's privates. I think it's just no pants.
I think just no.
They do not give details.
I don't know how graphic it is.
It's not graphic. I haven't looked at a photo, but it's not graphic. Because they don't have any option to take off your clothes, so like there's not going to be any detail there. There's no reason why someone's going to put there. If it is, it's kind of fucked up. But continuing on the games,
that Randy Dorkford would do that.
Continuing on the October games, Absalom comes out on pretty much everything October 9th.
Very excited for that.
Yeah, that one looks very good. Barbie Horse Trails on October 10th.
Hell yeah.
Going up against Battlefield 6 on October 10th as well.
That's that campaign trailer they showed at today's State of Play
looks good.
Looks sick, dude.
But Jesus fucking Christ, I got a whole lot of games I'm buying this month, so I'll sooner or later I'll probably get to that one, but good God. Disgaea 7 Complete comes out on the Switch 2 October 10th. Little Nightmares 3.
Was there a 7 Incomplete by chance?
I have a feeling it was Disgaea 7 came out on the other consoles, and then they had DLC or whatever bullshit, and probably Complete is just Game of the Year edition, if you will. Little Nightmares 3 comes out on pretty much everything, October 10th.
I need that to score in the mid to low 60s, ideally.
No, you want to score it above 70.
No, I don't, because I counterpicked that game.
Okay, all right, okay, yeah.
So ideally, it would score like 40.
Yeah,
ideally.
Ys vs. Trails in the Sky Alternative Saga comes out on PS5, PS4, Switch, and PC on October 10th. NASCAR 25 comes out on October 14th. Just Dance 2026, October 14th as well. And big one right here, Ball Cross Pit comes out on October 15th. Super duper stoked. That is going on the Steam Deck, and I will be playing that damn near every night. Pokemon Legends Z to A comes out on both Switch platforms October 16th.
Yeah.
The Elf on the Shelf Christmas Heroes comes out on October 17th. I don't know why they just didn't wait for the holiday season, but okay. Let's see what else we got here. Jurassic World Evolution 3. There you go, Tori. Comes out on October 21st. And then here's one for Christian. Ninja Gaiden 4 comes out on October 21st.
I've never heard of this.
Never heard of it. Yeah. Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 comes out on October 21st, and they walked back the DLC thing, so you're getting those races on.
I thought those clans. I thought that game had come out like 6 months ago. I did not know that still hasn't come out yet.
I did not.
Just want to update. You are seeing full butt cheeks.
Oh, are you?
So far in the photos that are posted. So
if this
I don't know what the front parts look like, but they have full.
Can you even spin the camera?
Sculpt.
You're probably not even. Are you able to spin the camera around? So like maybe.
I mean, your character is on the front of the menu. It's the front version. So I don't know.
Well, it's so the way the bug works is apparently it has something to do with a certain vehicle and then getting it to like you're in it and then going and doing whatever. Either way.
I want you guys to know you have me about to Google.
Sculpted butt cheeks were on display in the news article that I saw.
Sure.
So
yeah. They got the shape of the butt. They just probably skin tone.
You have me Googling the words Borderlands butt cheeks right now, just so everybody knows.
Okay. Continuing on the October releases, Double Dragon Revive comes out on everything October 23rd. Plants vs. Zombies Replanted comes out on everything October 23rd as well.
I can't believe that that's...
What would you do with... I don't know. Who knows? Let's see here. Going down. Skipping a bunch of shit. Once Upon a Katamari comes out October 24th. The Outer Worlds 2 releases on October 29th. Arc Raiders, October 30th. Dragon Quest 1 and 2 HD 2D Remake. That's a lot of words. Comes out October 30th.
I am excited for that. That's cool.
Well, the next day after that, you are also excited because that's when Mina the Hollower comes out on October 31st. And rounding it down to Tales of Exilia Remastered coming out October 31st as well. That is a month. Everyone.
That is a month.
Holy shit.
Is that Tales of Exilia Remastered? Is that one of the older like Tales of like the game I played? Ooh, if they remaster it in the same way that they did the old one, the last one I played was dope.
Yeah.
Okay.
Interesting. That'll be an anime game I'll check out when it goes on sale sometime.
Oh, sure. Yeah. All right. Well, that is it for the comments and the game releases. What about them weeks, boys?
Yeah, I can go. So I played more Trails in the Sky first chapter. I've gotten to chapter 2. I'm midway through chapter 2. I was plowing through it over the weekend and stuff without Allie being out of the house like for Pilates, doing other things. So like I had a lot of time to play. So Christian, I don't know if I'm still further than you, but I'm really enjoying it, man. That game is...
I think we're in the same spot. I'm midway through chapter 2 now.
The game is... there's nothing bad to say. It's so well done. It is so well done.
Instead of jump in.
Hey, how did the English voice actors handle the jail scene with Olivier? Was it still as good?
It was. So I meant to text you about that because it's pretty funny because, you know, they come out of the cell and like they're leaving and Olivier is like, hey, basically like don't forget me, and Estelle looks over and she goes, her eyes get like narrow. She's like, oh right, this guy. And like just kind of like stares at him like, oh, we forgot about him.
How does the part where they fall asleep in the middle of his story?
Yeah, it's handled the same. I mean, like the voice. I like everybody's voice acting. Period. Estelle is a little Valley Girl-y compared to like the Japanese voice actor. So there's like a little bit, if you can imagine that, right? Like a little bit of the airiness to the end of the sentence, like Valley Girl. I think Estelle sounds a little bit like that. Everybody else is better than Estelle, but I think they're all good. I also like Olivier's voice actor. He's very good, although I do think they made him a little bit more manly. When
I listened to it, I heard somebody, I saw a clip. I didn't see the exact clip that I was wondering, but I saw a clip of his voice. It immediately turned me off, like, because the character in the Japanese VA is like, he's much more sing-songy. Like
he's a little more effeminate. Yeah, like a little
exactly,
bit more.
Well, not even just that, but like there is like a musicality to his voice. Like even the way he speaks generally, there's like a musicality that comes off of it that is just not there in the English one. And so I was wondering how they would do that.
He reminds me a little bit, the Japanese version for some reason, I think he reminds me a little bit of My Hero, the guy that shoots lasers out of his belly button.
Oh
yes, no, that's no, right? Yeah, yes.
But the American version made him a little bit like more manly, if you will, like a little bit deeper and so on. It's still good, but it is not the same. But man, it's a well done game. Like I just like that it accommodates however I want to play. Like sometimes, if I would rather not do like a specific timed battle because I don't have my skills or whatever, I'm out of mana, I can just like beat them up and just handle it that way and what have you. But yeah. So I'm really enjoying that. I've only played 2 other games. I played the one we're going to talk about later in the week, Max Payne, and I finished that. And then Christian and I had the opportunity to update and play some Path of Exile,
Nice.
The 4th chapter, because they released 3 new chapters. And man, I tell you what, that chapter just pops off with a bang, and it's like, here we are, and you're like. You're in the city, and it's like a boat dock, and just the way that art style is kind of like isometric, looking over, but like realistic graphics. The boat looks incredible, and you're like, man, this game's gorgeous. Like, I don't know, it's just pretty. I don't know what more I could say. And then you get to this first island, and it's a jail cell that's like run down and half in the water, and the tide's coming in like through it as you're running. And I was like, oh, you just talked to yourself, only as you're instantly. Running,
when the waves come in, your character slows down.
That's cool.
It's so good. Like it is really so good. They top themselves like instantly. So I don't know what to say about that. It's so good. It is such a good.
It's an infuriating video game because I say this every single time and it never becomes more true, especially with how indignant the fucking like lead dev of Diablo has become about it. But like, this is a free game. Path of Exile 2 is a free game. Mm-hmm. Like when it launches, when it is out of early access, it will cost you nothing to play this game. And it is, I mean, like levels above what Diablo 4 is currently. Mm-hmm. It's mind blowing. Like the size of
the maps are amazing compared to like what I recall Diablo being. Like you felt like you could get through the Diablo maps and kind of scrape them pretty quickly. These take a while, and there's so many offshoots and little turns and
like for us to like fully clear just like a zone map. Like when Alex and I are going, it's like 30 minutes, if not like, sometimes longer.
It took us like 2 hours to do just that jail cell and then like the next island
and the next
where we stopped. But yeah, it was crazy.
And like all of the spell animations are insane. The enemy designs are crazy. The area designs, like Alex was saying, were insane. There's so many things, like little touches to detail, like the water that comes in and slows you down, like when you get like things that just are not present anywhere else. And it's just like, I don't know. It's very frustrating when I see that because I'm like, I never want to hear an excuse again. Like, and like I said, it's an older comment, but like when that director for Diablo 4 came out, was like, it's interesting, like that certain genres like the Souls franchise get Souls likes, right? Because they were the ones that pioneered it. So like instead of an ARPG, we should be calling them Diablo likes. Like Path of Exile, for example, just one I pulled off the top of my head, should be called a Diablo like. It shouldn't be called an ARPG. Blah blah blah. It's like
it's like if you just want us to call it a dumb name, okay. But the difference is like those Souls games continue, like with Elden Ring. Say what you want about it, like they continue to kind of one up themselves and they get better. Now you can have favorites. Like I actually think Liza P was really really good and probably one of the best I played since Bloodborne, because of its tight story. But you can't deny Elden Ring was a good game. No. But the problem with Diablo is like you want the name and then quit making great games after like 2. You know what I mean? Like that's the problem. Though,
is that's really the problem is that like I want to be like, the reason that Souls like as a term and as a genre works is because when FromSoft made Demon Souls, there was not a game like it before. And so then going forward, yes, it made sense for any other game that was ripping on that style to be called that, because there's nothing else to compare it to. Because it's not like it's just a regular or a regular RPG, because that would not encompass what it is. Diablo is not the first dungeon crawler that has ever existed. You're just lucky that Diablo 2 was the best one up until now, and you didn't even have a hand in that game. Like, you joined after Diablo 3. So all you're wanting to do is to try to, like, save some amount of face to be like, no, like, this whole genre should be us. And it was like, my brother in Christ, there was dungeon crawlers before Diablo. Like, I don't know how to break that to you, but there was.
When we played Diablo 4 together, right, when it first came out, there were times where, like, you would run into a small little village and maybe there was like 2 quests. You would go out and you do them, and there was like one main quest. But it was actually kind of rare you got even those little side quests. It was really like the main one, and occasionally you run into a character that was in your path that might give you a single quest, right? But it didn't inundate you with a lot of stuff. It was like Diablo felt like it was really like point A to point B, point B to point C to point D, very linear in that sense. This game, like, we popped in the other day, or whenever we were playing 2 days ago, on chapter 4, and there were like 7 people to talk to, and it was just like popping up. But like, there's still the main through line, but it just seemed like even in the little bits of like side content, they're giving you more.
Yeah,
right?
And they all have great lore that are attached to them, and then even when you're out in the environments, like, the same way, to be honest, the same way that Diablo 2 used to do. Like, you would go, and there would be audio, like, audio logs or other things that you can find that will tie into the visual storytelling that's happening in the environment. Like, there was like a book that Alex and I found towards the end of this jail cell area that was talking about this dude, and he was describing like how he tortured this person and all this other crazy shit. And then Alex is like, dude, go look over here in this corner, and you see this dude like basically chained up in all this fucked up like torture
in a bed,
basically.
Stuck.
And you're like, oh, it's literally like all of this together is giving me like extra world building stuff right now. And that kind of shit is just not present whatsoever in other games in the genre, let's say.
So I had a great time playing that. We had a funny little moment with Travis. So he spent some time with me at work yesterday, and I was telling him we played. And he was supposed to play with us, but he had some personal stuff to come up, so he couldn't. So he's like, "How far did you get? I'll catch up." And I was like, "Well, we got to." Well, because he hasn't played the new content, right?
Oh, new content. Okay.
He's just he's a higher level, but hasn't played the new content. Yeah. So Christian and I. So I told him, I was like, all we did was like the jail island, but I forgot we had actually gone to the second one, made it to the boss, died, and stopped at the boss. So Travis was like, how far did you guys get? And Christian and I kind of chimed in. We're like, oh, the second island. And he's like, oh, damn, like, not waiting for me. And Christian came back with I know Mr. 76 isn't telling us that we left him behind, which was funny. But then he was like, okay, I also made it to the bird boss you guys were talking about, and I tried it. And that's all that he said. And Christian was like, you mean you beat it? I didn't really say anything. He's like, oh, I got to where you guys were. And I kind of chimed in. I was like, just say the words, Travis. Like, just say the words. He absolutely beat it.
And he goes, well, Alex said that you guys tried it and died, so I also tried it. And I was like, right, so just say that you survived. Say that you beat it. And he's like, I survived. I was like,
oh, right. Mr. Yo went ahead of you. I'm like, now you're going ahead of us? Like, no more.
That's pretty funny. That's a good point. Now he is ahead of us. Damn.
After you talk that shit.
Just leaving us in the dust.
J'accuse.
J'accuse. So those are the games that I played. I'm trying to think. I finally last night was laying in bed. I didn't have my Steam Deck with me or anything, so I was like, what do I want to do? Allie wasn't feeling well, so she kind of went to sleep early. So I was like, all right, it's time to return to Berserk. I finally made it through the Eclipse. Because that's where I left off. And I picked up in Volume 5. Christian, what do you have back there? Do you have 1, 2, and 3?
No, I've got... Sorry, that shit's blocking it. I have up to 10 now.
You have up to 10 now. Okay. Damn. All right. So volume 5, the first book out of the 3 in that volume is the Eclipse, and that's where I left off. But I made it through. So we are post Eclipse, reckoning with the world that we now live in, and
a post Eclipse world,
reckoning with what's happened to Casca and stuff like that. So that's where I am. But now we're moving on, boys. We are moving on.
Okay.
So yeah. Yeah, but that's all I've done.
Okay. Well, I can go next. Let's see here. So I actually did get to play some 2XKXO.
2XKO.
2XKO. Okay, I wrote it down wrong. Yeah, that's why.
Yep.
I fumbled.
2 times knockout.
2 times knockout. Yep. So
That's a bad name.
I got the invitation for the beta again because what happens is you can get the key from someone if they get like a friend code. But like if you already register, they also send you the invitation. So like, okay, let's load this up. Let's log in a different browser just in case. Popped it on, saw USA. I'm like, fuck yeah. I don't think it said USA. It said something else, but I knew it was like America.
It says America.
Yeah. So
America.
So yeah, I got to play a bunch of that. It is a super interesting fighter as far as the way you go about your moves. Very different than any other ones because there's no directional inputs as far as like quarter circles, half circles, anything like that. There are some like, left, right will do something different for certain attacks, but yeah, what was it? Blitzkrieg is who I was messing around with a little bit.
Blitzcrank.
I was messing around with a little bit. And
Preston was cranking it.
I was cranking it. And it was fun. But then we got, what's her name? Alawi? Is that her name?
Alawi, yeah.
Yeah. She, like, I was messing around with her at the very end, and I was having a lot of fun with her. Big punch lady was just, like, nailing it. So I'm like,
Big punch lady.
Mm-hmm. She does big punches. It's been very, very good. So I tend to kind of like aim towards the guys who are like, I don't need a whole bunch of combos. I just want to get off like a couple of hits, and those will be enough for me. So that tends to be the kind of guys I do. So I can't get off combos, but if I can get a couple of hits in and get you close enough, that makes me happy. So it was fun. I'll probably bounce into it here and there. I don't know, Christian, if you saw, but there's a tournament that is being sponsored by Riot. That is, I'm sure they're doing a bunch of tournaments throughout the country, but like a $5,000 pot for the winner. So we'll definitely have to go in there and do some training beforehand.
I think it's kind of insane that they're doing that, considering that League of Legends pots are like millions of fucking
dollars.
Yeah, but dude, if you want your game to pop off the way that you are talking about, like, I don't know. It seems really.
You're probably gonna want to see how it does.
But you're also piggybacking not just off League of Legends, but you can also like gap like crossover with Arcane, which also won awards and made you millions. And yeah, you're like the best we could do is $5,000 at a couple.
Like
of
I'm not
things.
saying you need to make it $1 million prize pool right off the bat, right? Like, 'cause that's crazy. But like, you could be like, yo, it's $100K, right? $100K to the winner. Or 100K
who knows?
total.
Maybe they're doing more tournaments. Maybe they're spreading this out. Who knows?
I'm sure they're going to. But I'm sure
the
problem
Preston.
is that. Yeah,
I am not defending Riot. Do not get it twisted. I do not defend Riot. I'm just saying they will probably put more money towards later tournaments if I had to guess.
It does sound like it.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm in a weird spot with that game still. I don't know. I had a lot of fun when you and I played it. It started to click a little bit more, but also. Man, the damage in that game is so insane. Like, if you get the right read on somebody, or like if you lose one of those 50-50 exchanges and somebody's like, okay, eat this fucking 27 hit mix up, and then now there goes 75% of your life, like on one character, you're just like, fuck me. Like, it's and there's very little defensive mechanics to be able to do anything about it except for the one break bar that they give you. So it's interesting because there's not like anything like, like in Street Fighter, right? Like, for instance, like you have obviously the parry that you can pull off like in different things, but you also like between the regular parry and the perfect parry button. But you also have like other ways to get out of
drive impact,
certain combo strings, right? Like you can, like depending on where you're at, like if you know what hit's coming, you can do a drive impact and get out of it. You can do, certain like wake up DP, different things. And even if you get caught with like a throw, right? Like you can tech a throw like that. Preston and I usually know when the other one wants to try to go for a throw. And so if we get that time just right, you break out of the throw. You cannot tech throws in this game, at least that I've fucking seen. Like
whoever
you
does
just,
it first, yeah.
Whoever does it first, like if you get that throw, fuck you, you're getting thrown. And it's doing 30% of the fucking life of the character that gets thrown. It's like, dude, what? Okay. So yeah, it's stuff like that I find weird, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. The nice thing is that it's free to play. I think they announced their seasonal model that they're doing.
It's like 4 or 5 characters a year.
5 characters a year, which
seems it's on par for like other games. Like what Street Fighter gives us about roughly 4 or 5 a year.
Well, they usually do multiple seasons a year. They usually do 2 seasons a year. So Street Fighter is about 8 a year.
I thought it was always the season kind of wraps around the year and kind of.
No, because we got all of season 3 or season 2 this year, like between like with that and so with Sagat, I guess started this new one, but with all of the season 2 people, so like Elena and everything else that ended this year, but then we've got Sagat and C Viper that'll still be. So I guess. Yeah, so no, we might be up to 7 by the end of this year, with the 8th coming at the beginning of next year, and then they'll do season 4, I guess. Sure. But the other problem is that with season or with 5 characters a season, it will be it's a tag fighter, so. You're still wanting to do... there's 2 of them, right.
Over and over again, because there's not a whole lot of choices.
So, I don't know.
Maybe they'll put cosmetics in there, make it look different, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, who knows what they're going to do with it. So I'm excited to see what they do with it, because it is free to play. So I'm very excited to see how they go about that.
The cosmetics is where they're going to make their money. It's where they make their money now.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and that's... Yeah, I don't know. But, that or just the character cost in general, right? Like, because you're also buying... You're going to have to buy the character when it comes out.
You can earn it. You can earn it. Like, you get enough credits by playing, you can earn a character.
Yeah, in the same way that you can earn a character in League of Legends, but
depends on how much you love the game, I guess.
I think that's what their accountants say.
It's a premium game for premium gamers, Christian. Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, we'll see. I'm excited to play some more of it. To mess fully around and see
I did fully release at the beginning of October, I think. So it's
October 5th, I think is when they said it's coming out. That's when it's hitting 1.0 for season 1. So we'll see. I don't know, man. I'm interested. It does not look the professional scene, let's say, for fighting games is pretty torn on the game right now.
As far as other games that people want to play in the fighting game community.
Yeah, like I've seen people say actually I'll give one reaction. People have been pretty split on it either way, but a pro player that Preston and I both really like, Punk to God, he played it last night for Yipes' can opener, his first can opener that he did for it. Punk picked it up, played it for like 3 hours, and he was like, yeah, I'm gonna be honest, this game's trash. I don't like it. So you'll never see me playing this again, but I'm glad I got to mess with it for can opener. It was fun. Glad everybody in the chat liked it. I'm going to catch y'all with Street Fighter's TNS run tomorrow. See ya. And he just signs off. That was last night. So
he focuses, for sure.
But I mean, I don't know. It'll be very interesting because for other fighting games, even if he does not play them, he is very positive, like Tekken, for example, with the changes they made with Tekken. He did the commentating for the Esports World Cup stuff for Tekken, and he was very positive about what he was seeing and different stuff like that. And he just straight up was just like, yes, trash. And
she's damn. Is that because the people that play professionally that are good at the skills of like, quarter turn, half turn, forward bet, all that stuff? Is it because it's too simple for those people? Do they feel as though
No.
it needs to be a little bit?
No, he gave pretty in-depth reasons. Like a lot of it was around the balancing and stuff like that. Like he's like, there's not a lot of like basically kind of the same thing I said. Like he was like, there's not a lot of defensive options. He was like, damage scaling is fucked. His main problem though was something that I don't have too much experience in, so I can't say one or another. But the tag options that were happening in the game were pretty lackluster in his opinion. Like when you tag a character in and when you tag, like, to get either an assist or just like a handshake tag and like switch over to the other character. He thought that was like is not really doing anything new and kind of felt like how like Marvel Infinite was doing it beforehand. I have never played any of that stuff. I don't know. The last tag fighter I played was Dragon Ball, and it's insane and fucking awesome. So whatever, but this is not this tagging and the way the tags work in this game is not trying to do like what like Marvel vs. Capcom did or Dragon Ball Fighters did or anything like that. So it's trying to be like more traditional in that sense. But that was one of his biggest issues with it. That's also just one person, right? But if you go and look at the like on the response like on Reddit and stuff, it's pretty split. Like there's a lot of people who are like, I kind of like how grimy this shit is. Like I love just hopping in here, and if I get the right 50-50 exchange and take a single character out on your team, like a touch of death basically, it makes them happy and they like it. And then there's other people who are like, yeah, fuck this, I'm not having fun. So who knows? But right now, as far as like a tag fighter is concerned, for me personally, my eyes are still on Tokon. Like I just, like really that's the other thing is that I don't know. This is obviously just a me thing because League is big as fuck. None of the character designs really do anything for me.
I think pretty cool. Like Samurai guy looks really cool. Obviously Jinx and V, like all those kind of guys, like from Arcane, look cool. They got Echo in there. I think Echo looks dope. But I mean, it's just your taste and what you like. And to be fair, there is a shit ton of characters in League, so there's probably some that you would like. It's whether or not they're going to put them into 2xKO or not.
Yeah, maybe. And that's the thing, right? It's like, but even like you kind of said it like with a guy, like you were like, I know what his name is, but when you're like, I mean, Samurai guy looks cool, and I'm like, yeah, but that's how I would describe him. Is he just looks like fucking Samurai guy, and that's like nothing to write home about. Whereas like, I like even a character that I don't play, but like a character like fucking Zangief or whatever. Like when you see him and you see everything that he does, and when he even like in his super animations, right? Like he does it, and then like like his fucking pecs go poof, and like bump out and do all this. So like, yeah, dude, like there's just a lot of like. There's a lot to like there, I think. Yeah, and it hasn't grabbed me yet, but well, I don't know. We'll see. So
yeah, I beat 2 games this week. So I finished on twitch.tv/testingroomlive. Super Return of the Jedi. So we were going through it. I got past.
Great stream this week.
Great stream. We had a lot of fun this week.
Did we?
I did.
I think some of us did.
We did. Yeah.
All right.
We had fun.
You seemed like you were a little.
I was getting pissed off at the game.
You were a little bothered.
And the fucking peanut gallery here was having fun poking the bear while he's all pissy. But we beat it. We beat it and felt good about it. The last level with the escaping the Death Star is rough, and I didn't know because they don't tell you anything about like mechanics or controls. At no point in all 3 of these games do I play first person Millennium Falcon and use the bumpers to like level yourself out. So I'm playing like in here and it's like angled, diagonal, like hallways. And essentially you're just trying not to hit those sides. You're not trying to slow down too much to get the fire past you. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, I cannot stop hitting these fucking walls. What is my fucking problem? And then we got to a certain point where it's like looking up a guide for it, and I looked it up like, oh, there's fucking bumper buttons to help you like even out. I'm like, Jesus Christ. So we did that. What, Christian? What?
Did you?
I think it would be very interesting for the people at home if I created let's say a storybook of clips.
You have about 8 clips. Look up a guide? What the fuck you think I'm gonna do? There's a magic direction I can press that just makes it work. From that night, yeah.
And if you play them in order, you will see the gaslighting to end all gaslightings that I have ever seen, where Alex makes a comment and goes, "Yo, you should look up a guide." And Preston goes, "The fuck am I going to look up a guide for? What do you think it's going to tell me, Alex? What? Where to go left to right? I know exactly what I'm doing. It's just the game I can't do this thing." Cut to the next clip.
Fuck you, Alex. I can't control my diagonal. Rotation is not up to me. Wait, is it? Did they put rotation on the fucking bumpers?
Where Alex was like, "What you need to do is like straighten out and do this." And Preston goes, "Yeah, I would love to do that, Alex, except I can't control the rotation of my ship. They don't give me that option. It's got nothing to, I can't do anything about it." And then cut to right at the end of that clip is Preston going, "Oh, I think I just rotated my ship there. I don't know. I was pressing a lot of buttons, but I think I actually was in control of that." Cut to immediate him going, "All right, fuck this. I'm looking it up. Here we go."
Yep.
Blah, blah. And then Alex goes in the chat and goes, "So are we just looking up a guide right now?" To which Preston responds immediately and says,
I mentioned I was going to look up the guide earlier.
"I said we were looking up a guide forever ago. I'm just getting mad at you because you're chirping." It was like, You said the exact opposite of that and told Alex he was fucking stupid for suggesting it.
What you guys don't know is he's selecting certain clips, so you don't actually hear me say it. You gotta watch the whole video to find out.
No, it's in the clips. No, you can just watch the clips.
That was pretty accurate. The only thing that happened between those moments, because you were so sassy, is you would be like, I don't know what we're doing. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. And Christian and I are like, I mean, it looks like you're playing pinball off the walls, man. Like, I know.
That's what was happening.
He ignored that one, but there's one I clipped that was where he's starting to lock in. It's after the guide, and he's going, and he's like, "Okay, all right, I'm rotating, I'm doing this thing," and there's just, I don't know. It's like, I think you bring this up in the video too, like if you watch the full stream, but like, there's a moment where as soon as you hit one wall and you hear the bang sound effect, he will try to course correct, but you overcorrect. But not, and it's not. This is not Preston's fault. It's like the game. Like it's just what happens. So then it goes down. It goes bang, and he's like down. He's like, well, fuck. Now I gotta go back up, and then it'll be like left bang. And he's like, fuck. Now I gotta go right bang, and it happens.
Next
and there's
thing you know, I'm like
where
an angle looking up almost, and you kind of see the game like halfway, like less than halfway of the screen, and can't see anything else. Is because I can't fucking control the damn shit.
Yeah, and there's a moment where he's going down one of these little like hallway things, and it's just like you see him, and he's like trying to like go straight as an arrow, and then it's just like,
what?
One bang happens, and then it's just like bang and bang, 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 and Preston just goes, why? Like he's just
there was a moment. There was a moment. I actually think it was before the guide. Before he looked at the guide, and we were just chirping, and I was like, I'll just do that, but like good this time or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you said something, Christian, and like he stared at the screen, he's looking at the game as like it's doing the game over thing, and then I see his head just kind of like just the slightest little bit look over as he's reading chat, and it just goes completely straight face. Like you just see the anger.
He goes,
just like sliding over his face.
He goes, I'm about to ban some fucking moderators here in a second. And then Alex and I both go, ha 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 ha, and then it cuts. It right then is when the game over animation finishes, and it's the Emperor going, wait, and Preston goes, yeah, and so what we're gonna do is just mute that forever, and like he's like so done.
Yeah, that shit is some rage shit, yeah, for sure. So I'm glad to be done with the fucking Super Star Wars games. Obviously, we're going to do Spoopy Sundays going forward for the month of October. But after that, we'll jump into Jedi Fallen Order.
And I'll say Preston does not know the game he's going to play. I do. And so I just want to tell everybody, you are not going to want to miss those Spoopy Sunday streams.
We're doing in the morning. There's daylight out, so I'll be a little bit better, but I have a feeling it's going to suck. So either way, we'll see how it goes.
Use your blackout curtains.
I don't have blackout curtains in this room.
Please.
I don't have them in this room.
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be so
Go get them.
No. What's going to happen is I'm going to go into the fucking Chicago Fire game this weekend. Christian's going to be like, I got a gift for you. And it's going to be blackout curtains.
I should. That would be really funny.
I won't put them up.
Don't.
And then the second game I beat was Shinobi. I finished that up. Faced Lord Ruse. He's got a second phase, which I was surprised about. Because like I'm getting to like the wire when it comes to like my health, and then like that second phase, it's like there's some fuckery going on, but there's one move. Okay, you hit the special move. It takes a while to charge up, but it does some really good damage, right? Most enemies you get are jumping around, doing their thing, moving around. But this guy, the second phase of the final boss, he like stays in one spot, charges everything up. The screen kind of has lines going through it, and the comments are falling where the fuck they are. And I'm like, this is a perfect opportunity to use my special charm that makes the serpent come out just a little bit faster. And then I got him in like three, maybe four hits. Fucking
can
ruined
I just
him.
say, getting that serpent magic spell off is so good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it does have the longer summon time, and it tells you that in the description, all this other stuff. But when you find the right spot to use it, and you see it charge up, and then you just watch that massive chunk like fall off the boss, right?
Feels good,
dude.
So you do that and get him down. The second phase happens. You get a little bit of a cutscene, and then puts you back into like the boss stage. And now I am at like a sliver of health, which means the screen is like glowing red. It's got like probably like a heartbeat or whatever fucking sound it makes to let you know your health is low, and it puts you back into the game. I'm like, bro, fucking phase 3, because you can't just start the phase over. You got to do all phases if you fuck up. So I'm like, god damn. And the phase 3 is just the execution. So it's like, okay, he's got the symbol, he's stunned, you just press the 2 buttons, you're done. I'm like, oh, thank fucking Christ. Because they teased me a little bit. They're like, all right, we're going back in the boss battle. I'm like, no, I don't have any health. I don't have any way of healing. I'm like, I'm fucked. And it's like execution. I'm like, oh, thank God. Hit the button, we're done. So I finished it. I'm like, okay, we're going to move on to the next game. I'm like, I really don't know what game I want to play. But I uninstalled it when I was done with it. And I'm like, I could go back. I could go back and clean up some of these levels. So I reinstalled it. And then some of these nights I'll just pick up a level. We'll go through the maps, scraping it, and we'll get all the things. I am a little over 80% complete on the entire game as far as all the collectibles and everything. My health is getting maxed out. My kunai are getting maxed out. It's all been great. So I'm going to try to get through. I got like 3 more stages I need to get, but some of them are even like 75% already done. So it's not going to take me too long to finish that up. And then I'm just going to give the boss rush one little go. But there's also a lab key thing that Christian talked about.
I want you to do that before the boss rush. Do the lab key thing. Because
that'll help.
The boss rush. Yeah, the boss rush is just like a thing you can do. But the lab key is like an actual, like the optional, like, lore stuff. Like super boss at the end or whatever. Okay. But I want you to at least see it.
Sure. Yep. I'll be taking that out. So, need to finish that up before October essentially happens. Otherwise, it's going to get left to the wayside. It's great. Shinobi's fucking phenomenal. It's definitely going to be in the top. Probably pretty high up there. And then we got Borderlands 4. So I've been playing more of that, playing more co-op. It's been a lot of fun. Story's been pretty good. Hasn't been turning me off or anything like that as far as cringiness. The one thing I will say is that PlayStation, and I'm assuming Xbox, has the same issue, which is probably why they delayed the Switch version. So it has a problem with shaders. When you launch a game nowadays and you just got a patch or it's the first time you're playing it, usually you got to compile a pretty long amount of shaders, right? Yeah, it's a good way.
I hate that. I hate this world.
So Borderlands was trying to make it to where it was easier, so you don't have that. So like it's a very short shader loading at the very beginning, and you go into it, and everything's running very smoothly. I think performance mode on PlayStation 5 gives you the 60. After a while, it drops off a little bit, and then quality mode is a very solid 30. I think the dips I saw from Digital Foundry were saying when this issue I'm talking about happens, you're probably getting to like high 30s, not dipping below like 30 at all. So
sure.
Now, there's an issue with the console versions, which is that it doesn't know how to get rid of some of the shaders. It caches in the moment. So the longer you play, the worse your frame rate gets.
Yeah, you get a little.
So you go from 60 to like 30 after about an hour of play, because it is still just keeping all those shaders in the background for that area you were just at that you're not going to go back to.
So which is why now your characters just strip their clothes to get rid
apparently,
of
because and I've seen people who have played like even longer amounts of time, like 4 or 5 hours, and like they're getting really bad frame rates. Now
we're 4 or 5 hours.
Video games are hard,
adults.
Okay, guys, they're hard.
It's long. That's long for adults, but if you take into consideration like
but an
what
hour?
we used to do when we were
just
kids,
an hour?
or like no, but what I'm saying is like if you're a kid or you don't work on the weekends, you have free time. Like 4 hours is not long.
So there's a very simple
long
quick
of a session.
There's a very quick, simple.
I swear, Preston, if you say turn the game off and turn it back on.
So Randy did say that, but that's not what you do. All you gotta do is go to the main menu and go right back in. It's a couple seconds, not a big deal. So you essentially you leave the world, go back into the world. It deletes all those shaders. You're not closing out the entire game.
You actually leave. You leave your gameplay.
You leave the world that you're in your session.
You're not leaving the world.
You leave your session. You are not reloading the entire game, but you are at least caching those shaders out, putting them back in, and then it goes at a solid 60 again. So definitely something in the background they got to work on. I don't know. Maybe Randy needs to get one of his brilliant designers and engineers on behind it. And you know what? I see something about that quote we had the other day, to where it was like, well, why don't you build an engine on your own and you can come work for us and we'll hire you. Motherfucker, you used Unreal 5. You didn't even make your own fucking engine, so shut the hell up. Again, Randy just needs to stop. So, but yeah, no, I'm enjoying it. I'm having a fun time. I usually play about 2 or 3 hours with Steph and another friend of ours, Trevor, and we're having a great time with it. Co-op's been a lot of fun. I got a lot of cool co-op abilities with my Harlow, my Gravator, my Graviton, whatever they want to call her. And it's been a lot of fun. I've been having a great time with it. Aside from that frame rate dip, which I kind of noticed towards the end of that, but I'm not a person who has a keen eye for frame rates unless it drops below 30. Once you start dropping below 30, I'm noticing. But a 30 frames per second, if it's a slow degradation, I'm probably not going to notice it as much. But it's good. Wouldn't say it's going to be high up on my top 10 list as far as like where Shinobi's at. And depending on how many games comes out this year that I like, it might not make my top 10. But I'm having a lot of fun with friends with it. So that's all the games. I did watch the finale for Alien Earth. No spoilers here.
I haven't seen it.
Anybody else?
No, I haven't either. Don't spoil.
Great finale. So I'm going to be happy to talk to you about it next week. If you guys can watch it, we can do a little spoiler cast for it.
I'll be caught up.
Yeah.
And then I did finish watching the Max Payne movie starring Mark Wahlberg and Mila Kunis. Surprisingly, it hits a lot of the beats of the game. So I'm sitting here, I'm like, okay, all right, like we're going after Lupina.
And then so Alex goes, so shit movie.
It's not. I don't think it's a horrible movie. I think I'll have to take a look at it.
I think everybody universally thinks it's a pretty horrible movie.
Well, let me explain why. So, I think it came out like a little bit after Sin City, so it tries to do that Sin City aspect to where like everything is like green screen and they have snow and everything, so it all kind of looks a little bit off. But it's all like blacks and grays and whites and reds. But it's not removing color like Sin City did. Like Sin City did that very stylishly to match like the comic book. This is not doing that. This is just a very bland looking movie with not a whole lot of color.
You call it digital snow. I think Max Payne calls it like silver diamonds falling on the devil's hellscape.
I'm not that creative, so I don't want to go into it. But I'm watching it. I'm like, okay, like we're going off the Lupino. He's got like the face tattoo. He's not the dev, so he's this big guy you've seen in other movies, and he has like a giant like sword in his hand. But you end up Mark Wahlberg ends up fighting him. But the most egregious part. No, I'll get to the egregious part later. So the final boss is not the final boss in the movie. Like the lady that the
final boss of the game is different than
So the final boss in the movie is BB, like your other like cohort that essentially like double crossed you. He's got all the money at the very end of the game. He's like, oh no, great things are happening, and he double crosses you. Same kind of story and deal with all that kind of stuff going on, but he is the guy you kill at the very top of the plaza, as far as like the tower of Aesir Plaza. So at the very end of the movie, they show like, she's in the in her car. BB's texting her. He's like, oh, shit's going down, and she's ignoring it. So like nothing happens with her. I'm sure they leave that open for a sequel or whatever. And then there's an end credit scene where it's just because it shows the same thing in the game to where Mona, who's played by Mila Kunis, gets shot up in the elevator. She's not in the elevator when he goes to the elevator. So it's like, where's she at? And the end credit scene is he meets up with her at a bar. Mila Kunis pushes like a newspaper over to her, and it shows like the lady from Acer Corp on there, and they're like staring at each other like, yeah, and then it cuts. So they planned on making a sequel to where they were going after Nancy, but they did not make it that far.
Of course they did.
And there's a couple things to where it's like he never like he always Mark Wahlberg wears like a black leather suit, black pants, black like turtleneck underneath, and it's never like the undercover because he never becomes undercover in the movie. He just always sticks to trying to get done the case, and I guess he's just a homicide detective. But the most egregious, the most outstanding, like why the fuck did you even make this movie? You're not going to do this. There is a little bit of slow-mo, but one scene of bullet time, and only one bullet goes into bullet time, and it's just a scene to where because they even may have him jump forward, and you can tell he's on strings because like how like it looks. Mm-hmm. But like this one is just somebody comes up behind him. He's like on this riser behind him, and he's down here, and all he does is just go and falls backwards to shoot like a shot or two with a shotgun, and that's the slow bullet time that you get throughout this entire 2-hour movie.
Oh, because if you were watching a movie that was relative to the game, it would be a 9-hour movie because every bullet he shoots is bullet
But
time.
you have this giant scene to where all these AC or all these like armored cops, and there's like a dozen of them shooting at Max Payne. He's running through his office building, like going after stuff, and he even does the jump through like the door. Zero slow-mo, zero bullet time. Like that would be the spot you do it, right? All these bullets are flying by. It would be really cool to look at, but it's just Mark Wahlberg just running. And no one, of course,
know what that says
he gets
to
hit
me?
once, to be fair, but no. It couldn't afford
what
it.
That says to, what that says to me is they couldn't afford the tech that the Matrix did, and they thought, if we are going to do bullet time, it has to be equally as good or better, and we can't do that, so let's just not do it.
That's pretty much
what that says, yeah.
Yeah, like, that's why I'm watching this, I'm like, there's no fucking bullet time this entire goddamn movie. It's about a game that's all about bullet time. Like, 90% of that game that you're playing outside the cutscenes is bullet time, if not more. So... I thought that was funny, but hey, I watched it. It was interesting. Surprised at how much it actually like stuck to the story. Oh, also, Max Payne does take the drug, Valkyr, and he's like tripping. And everyone who takes this drug, for some reason, they start seeing like angels or demons. It's like these like horrific winged figures. It's kind of like demons, but
like Valkyries.
Like Valkyries, but like I don't know. I mean. I see Valkyries more beautiful kind of thing when I see them like in art and stuff like that. This looks like, and I say this for more than one reason, but they kind of look more like the Constantine demons with wings. Okay. I say this a lot because when he takes that drug, like the sky is breaking apart, like you're getting like this yellow kind of like sun, like hell sun coming through instead of snow. It's now this like like little embers and stuff like that coming down. Like this just looks like when Constantine goes to hell. Like when he goes like to the realms, like, he takes the cat in the water. It looks just like that. I'm like, this just looks like Constantine the movie when he goes to the hell like world. And it is, I'm like, why are we even doing this? Like just, there's no nightmare scenes. It's just everyone sees these demons and they're all pretending like the demons are trying to get them, but it's really just them tripping and going, ah. So
Speaking of Constantine too, isn't that movie supposed to come out sometime?
And they're apparently in the works.
Is it?
Are they?
We'll see. Yes.
Yeah, I mean,
Keanu has mentioned
it,
it, and the director from the original movie is talking about doing it too. So we'll see. I don't think I like Keanu Reeves and Constantine. I think if they're gonna do this whole DC reboot, they should get a new Constantine and make it more like the actual character. So.
Yeah,
I want Constantine in the DC universe. I don't want side Keanu Constantine. As cool as that is, I'll watch it and enjoy it either way. I want to support the homie, but like I need British Constantine.
Why?
Sorry, because I end up liking it better. Like it's
all a comic. It could be anything you want.
No, it's not at all comic. It's got a whole show for Constantine with Matt Ryan. I think it's his name. He does an incredible job as Constantine. So, I would rather have that than Keanu's Constantine.
I think it needs to be Keanu.
Agreed. Keanu's a national treasure.
I agree. I totally agree. Like I said, I'll watch and support that movie. I just think if you were to ask me what you would do with the DCU, I would say get a blonde British guy with a trench coat.
Yep. Just hiring out more jobs to blonde white dudes, Preston. Way to go.
Seriously.
I'm a horrible person. What do you want me to tell you?
Okay.
I'm whitewashing Keanu.
Yeah.
I mean, he is part like Japanese. So
no, he's not fully Caucasian.
Kind of are.
Yeah, you kind of are. It's kind of problematic.
Yeah.
Very bad. Very bad of me. I'm sorry. We'll edit it out. It's fine.
You're canceled.
But yeah, other than that, that's my week.
All right. Cool. Well, before we go, let's go ahead and talk about
because Christian didn't even have his week yet, Alex.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. You chimed in during and for some reason in my brain, you had gone second.
You did talk a lot during
sorry.
2XKO. It's fine.
I am so sorry.
I won't mention, and mine's going to be honestly really fast. I won't talk about 2XKO or Path of Exile because we already talked about those. Or Trails because we already talked about it. So the only thing that I'll add is I beat Ninja Gaiden 2 Black.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Before Trails came out. So I finished that. It's great. I've never played Ninja Gaiden 2 before. I never got into it. And so this is my first time going through it. The amount of work they put, I know I said this before, but the amount of work they put into it is like super impressive. Yeah, it's great.
It's great.
They also put in like all sorts of different modes, like towards the end, like they put in maybe this is in the original, I don't know, but there is a co-op mode. I have not seen this before, like in an action game. There's like, when you beat it, there's a co-op challenge mode where you and another person can play through and like try to basically like double team a level, like, or not level, but like certain stages that they have built out for it, and then like try to get, like beat whatever the high scores are on it. So I honestly, like, it kind of reminds me of, I think Preston is the only person that I tried this with, but
Tower.
In Devil May Cry 5, the Bloody Palace mode in Devil May Cry 5 will let you do duos, and it reminded me of that. It's so fun. Like, it's just, super fun. So yeah, I thought it was great. That was it. I haven't done anything else. I'm excited to watch Alien. I think Alexa and I are going to try to watch that tonight.
It's finale.
I'm excited to watch it too. Cool. All right. Well, now, I guess let's talk about the games we've decided to pick for each other when it comes to the October game. So if you were around last year, we all took, for a video game book club, we did something special for October where we all took a scary game. I picked one for Preston, which was Still Wakes the Deep. Preston picked one for Christian, which was not the mortuary game. What was it? It was the bathhouse game. Yeah. And then Christian picked Alien Isolation for me. We have a month to play it, then we come back and talk about it around Halloween. But Preston goes a little further because he streams some of it.
I will stream all of it.
To watch. We'll stream all of it. So we're going to do that again. So it's a perfect time, a week before October, that we announce what our games are going to be. So, Preston, do you want to go first?
Sure. So, Christian, last year, I feel like I disappointed you. It wasn't a great game. It was interesting to play, but like it was
a fun game.
It was a short game. It was fine. It was
I
fun.
think the experience of playing it with all of us and Allie and Alexa it was very fun.
But I didn't realize it was one of those games where like you had to play it multiple times to get different like results and all the crazier stuff, because it got crazy, but it apparently gets much crazier the more you play it. But you're not going to play it 10 times.
There's also been multiple updates that they did to it too. So.
Oh, I'm sorry, Alex. I thought you were going to say something.
No, I was like, I didn't know what was happening.
I did not mean to take a drink there because I thought I was going to say something. So I felt like I disappointed you a little bit, and you were kind of excited, like you might have wanted to play Silent Hill 2. So I'm going to give you an option. Do you want to play Silent Hill F, or do you want to play Silent Hill 2 Remake?
So I think what we're going to do, what I was going to say a minute ago, Preston, when you thought maybe I was going to say something, is I think we know you're streaming, but the three of us, since they are a little bit longer games this time, like I did Isolation last time, and this will be longer in the Bathhouse, we should definitely play them with each other. We'll find times to like do as we can and watch it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want a new one that people say is really good, or do you want the remake that came out last year that people is good?
Also really say it's really good, yeah.
Do we have two
I'm
in our
gonna
library
say
now?
we don't. I'm gonna say Silent Hill 2.
Okay.
Because I'm not familiar with. I've not played any single Silent Hill game ever.
Okay. Can I get you in there?
So going back to where it started, we'll see what it popped off at.
Yeah. Okay.
What am I playing?
I'll go next. Yeah. So Alex, just like with Alien Isolation, you need to trust me a little bit because you did when you reviewed that game, you said it was the best game that you never want to play again, right? That was your words.
Those were my words.
Those are your words.
Put up the bet again.
I know that you have had a hard time trying out the Resident Evil games.
Oh, fuck.
So what I'm going to do is say that you are going to pick, which is my favorite one, and it is the least jump scary, like spook, like that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. It's the more action. Nope. 3. You're going to play 3 remake.
Oh, I thought 4 remake was your favorite.
Nope, 3 remake is still my favorite. I love 4 a lot. 4 remake is incredible. It's very good. Okay. Leon does suplex zombies in that. It's sick. But it still does, I think, the same thing that Resident Evil 2 does in certain areas, which turned Alex off to it completely. Whereas 3 is like the same way that Alien Isolation is. It is a thriller thing. Like you do not. Alex's thing. And he's been very vocal about this for horror games, is that he does not like feeling powerless in certain scenarios. Yeah, sure. He likes having the ability to fight back. And in Resident Evil 2 and Resident Evil 4, there are definitely bosses, and definitely, especially in Resident Evil 2, there's definitely moments where things jump out at you or do things, and you are fucked.
What's Resident the one Evil that I started at the gas station and refused Resident Evil to walk 2. Forward?
Resident Evil 2. So 3 is more like an action. Like Jill is not. She's my favorite protagonist in all of them.
That's very cool.
But it is like she's like a special forces person. It plays very much like an action game. And by the end of that game, you end up becoming like a walking arsenal. So if there's gonna be one that he likes, it's gonna be this one. I think he's gonna dig it. So
all right.
That's the one.
I want you to know. My body is tingly. The difference with like
I'm stressed out.
The difference, the difference with Alien is like I like Alien and like I like the space aspect of it. This is just horror. So
yeah, but like I said, it's very actiony. It really is. It is not like it's not the same. There's no like I'm tiptoeing around these certain things, and it is. Pedal to the metal, like you're going, and big explosions and set pieces and all sorts of stuff. There is, if there's gonna be one you like, it's gonna be this one, and so it's my favorite one. So I'm interested to see how you feel about it, but I think you'll dig it.
I deserve that
because of what you're about to do.
Yeah, that's a fact, actually.
Son of a bitch.
Preston, I'm going to give you a game for 2015, a very highly rated survival horror game for 2015, 10 out of 10 on Steam, 84 out of 100 on Metacritic, which is pretty good. Are you familiar with Amnesia?
I've heard the phrase Amnesia the Bunker.
That's one.
That's one of their games.
There's one of their games.
Is it like a
company is really known
getting chased game?
It'd be smarter if you don't look anything up.
Well, I gotta put a trailer down here for the for this video.
Well, you're not playing Amnesia. You're gonna play a game called Soma. Soma.
Okay, I've heard of this.
Perfect. That's it.
Okay, all right.
When he sees the trailer, he's gonna go, "You son of a."
Pretty sure Steph. I want to say Steph might have mentioned. Can't remember what game. It started with an S. She's like, you guys should play this as a book club, but like I know you won't want to play it because it's too scary. And no, I'm forced to play it.
I will give you a little bit about it. So it is kind of like a chasey game, right? So it's a environmental horror, right? So like the game is told through kind of like the Still Wakes the Deep in the sense that like it's told through the story and like you pick up stuff and you're finding clues and you're doing puzzles. There is a safe mode in the game.
Oh.
Which is essentially like if you're too scared and you don't want to die, turn it on safe mode. Don't start that way.
No, I'm not gonna start that way.
I'm gonna end that way.
Might also might end that way. We'll see.
There is no fighting in this game. There are enemies in this game. You don't fight back.
Is it kind of like Still Wakes the Deep? We didn't have any fighting, right? It was just more of a get to places and avoid things.
But Still Wakes the Deep was a walking simulator.
Yeah.
This is very much not that.
Okay. I'm gonna see a trailer when I edit this video, but either way, it's Well, tune in on twitch.tv/Testing Room Live on Sunday mornings. We'll be getting into that.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's the October spooky games. It's gonna suck one way or another because we both hate spooky games. So it's
we do.
Yeah,
we do. Yep, so, we do. Christian's the only one that comes out of this good in these
because he likes scary games. Yeah,
I know. I'm always excited. Yeah, it always works out for me. Yeah.
All right. Okay. Well, we'll get into it this coming Sunday. In fact, part one will already be coming. Part one will be already be done on twitch.tv/Testing Room Live. So you can watch it there, or you can wait for Wednesday to roll around, and I'll have the video up on YouTube.
Yeah. Also, really quick. Sorry, go ahead.
Good. I was going to ask, you can play it on PlayStation or Steam. I think the best version, from what I read, the best version is on PC. So I already have that in my cart to gift to you, so that'll be coming your way.
Okay. Yeah, I'll play it on Steam because it'll be easier for me to stream.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 3 is already in our library, by the way, so you can just install it. You'll be fine there.
I saw.
Yeah. Now I will say just to sell you on how much more of an action thing it is. This game has a mechanic that none of the other games have, where there's a dodge roll that Jill can do, and if you time it when somebody tries to swing at you, the whole game does like slow-mo, and if you pull her gun out, she instantly aims like immediately at their head and then just blows it off.
That's pretty cool.
That is not a thing that can happen in any other games. It's only given to this one because Jill is just
any other Resident Evil games, yes.
Sorry, yes, and any other Resident Evil games. So just to give you an idea of the kind, like the level of the different kind of gameplay they go for in this one.
It'll be fine. I did enjoy Alien Isolation again. I won't play it again, but it was fun. I was very stressful playing. I got into the Resident Evil 2 one day, right? You watched me, and I played it. I did not leave. Like, you start off in a gas station, and they're like, go this way. And I told Christian, I was like, what happens if I walk back the other way? And he's like, there's nothing back there. I was like, let's just see. And I hit the wall, and the game's like, no, you have to go back that other way. And I was like, yeah, I'm just going to install you.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's fine. All right. There we go. Well, thanks for hanging out with us, everybody. Look forward to those. And don't forget to check in with Preston as he's doing the Spoopy games on Sundays. And then, of course, check in later this week as we finish up Max Payne and we find out what Christian will be coming. I mean, we know what Christian's coming with. But if you just want to hear it again, just tune in. So thanks, everybody. And we will see you next week with that, Preston. You know what to do.
Yeah.
Thank you for listening to another episode of The Testing Room. To catch up on past episodes or to check out the newest ones when they drop, follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your favorite podcast. If watching is more your thing, check us out on YouTube, youtube.com/@thetestingroom, or watch us live on twitch.tv/testingroomlive. To leave comments or ask questions, you can follow us on Instagram @testingroompod, leave a comment on YouTube, or send them in to testingroompod@gmail.com. See you next time.